What if I told you that your cycle is not supposed to be painful?
Wow!
Hi guys, Dr. Lester here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about easing PMS symptoms. So this is definitely something that I know many, if not all of us women are dealing with in today's day and age. Well, what if I told you that your cycle is not supposed to be painful? I know. I was mad too. But it's really not supposed to be. So why is it? That is a very complicated conversation, which we are going to continue to address this whole time about what are we being exposed to in our environment, in our foods, how about birth control. All of these conversations are going to be super important for why is PMS crazy. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about how to ease it. My favorite one to say is that if you're going to stress that much about eating the chocolate cake, then eat the damn chocolate cake. And the reason is that the stress that you just put on your system for feeling guilt about the chocolate cake and not eating the chocolate cake and all of these things is just as bad for you as the chocolate cake, but you can't escape that mental stress of it. You can at least poop out the rest of the chocolate cake, So, but within reason, of course. So actually, when easing PMS, it's actually pretty important to follow what your intuitive cycle actually looks like. So there's a lot of interesting evidence behind intuitive eating and what your natural habits and eating styles and whatnot would be like during your cycle is really important, and we're going to have a whole video on that. But in the meantime, listening to your system. So if you do feel the need for chocolate, which is real, then I'm going to encourage you to have very, very dark chocolate, 72% or above. That definitely is going to ease a little bit of that, and you should only really have that during your actual period, during the menstruation part. Otherwise, sugar in general actually tends to fuel some of the PMS symptoms, as well as so does caffeine. So reducing that as much as possible will help, and it maybe make you not feel as guilty when you do indulge in the chocolate part of it. And part of, I think, chocolate, honestly, is it's comforting too. So part of that is important for PMS as well. Stress management, super important during PMS because you're already having a hard time. So let's rein in the rest of our lives a little bit, use that time to actually try and rest a little bit. This is not the time to schedule crazy events. This is the time to stay home and take a nap. Also, seed oils are going to be pretty important to avoid. They are very inflammatory. Seed oils do include olive oil, friends. But if we can stay away from those and choose higher density stuff like protein, fat, butter, those kinds of things, they are less inflammatory, and you're going to have an easier time on your system. So during PMS, pretty important. Hydrating, also important, not just with water, electrolytes. You're bleeding a lot. Things are changing. You definitely need to keep hydrated. With electrolytes, one of the beautiful things that's very, very simple that you can do to at least get some of your electrolytes back is to, with anytime you drink water, add a squeeze of lime or lemon juice, some sort of citrus, and then a sprinkle of Himalayan sea salt. That's going to give you some of that back, and it's going to taste good. Increasing magnesium intake is also a great one most of us know about. There are some great supplements also that help with some of that. That might include magnesium or valerian root, those kinds of things that I would highly encourage. B6, increasing B6 content is pretty important as well during that time, which, like I said, protein is where it comes from. Mostly eggs is a good source as well, and you can supplement as well too. Purposeful relaxation we talked about, definitely a thing, and make it so you don't feel guilty about this. My cat's screaming, sorry. And again, of course, regulating your sleep, making sure you're getting enough of it, and quality sleep. And then lastly, sunlight. So there's some really interesting research that is out about the effect of sunlight on your hormones and how it actually eases it and makes them flow a little bit better. So get out there, get some sunlight, even if it's like going outside because you're so exhausted and just resting out there with a book and some music, do that. Or taking a nap outside. Like, don't forget that you're out there, but taking a nap outside, also a great way to help sunlight. And then most of us know that a little bit of movement, gentle movement, will also help with PMS. So kind of intuitively listening to yourself and knowing that your system knows exactly what it needs. And if you can follow that without insulting it, that'd be great. I hope that helps, guys. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or direct message me, and we'll go from there. Thanks.